Hey guys, welcome back to my cave. So today we have a lot of games that I got off of eBay as untested. There were actually more of them. I've already went through, tried these out, and I didn't get anything on the Nintendo. Uh, Here we also have a PCB for an OG Nintendo game, the DMG. This one was labeled as Contra, but it didn't come with a case or anything. It came as you see it. So what I'm going to do is try and repair as many of them as I can today. We'll open them up, check them out, test them. Uh, I'll show you a little test on each one before we start. So let's jump into it. So just to show that we have a working Super Nintendo, you see it running. So let's try Super Mario All-Stars. See what happens. Still nothing. All right. Good a place to start as any. So let's open it up. See what's going on inside. I don't know if it's coming across, but if you look, you see a lot of corrosion going on the screws here. First, let's see if we got any voltages in this battery. 3 volts. All right. Still kicking. So honestly, I don't see any corrosion or anything on it. I think this is going to be just need a good cleaning. As far as I can tell, everything else looks pretty good on here. Okay, let's give it a try. All right, see what it does. Hey, nice. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at Star Fox. Nope. Doesn't look too bad. Star Fox has been cleaned. Let's give it a try. See if it just needed a good cleaning. Hey, nice. I love this game. Okay, next we have Street Fighter 2. Loved this game as a kid. Me and my brother used to play this thing all the time. Now, this cart looks pretty rough, at least the plastic. Not sure what we're gonna. Ooh. Oh, that's gross. Ugh. This thing had bugs in it. Oh, that's disgusting. Yeah. I'll be right back. This one needs a little bit deeper of a clean. Where were we? Okay. Now the board looks okay. Start by giving it a good scrub. All right, let's give it a try. Hey, nice. Cool. Used to love this game as a kid. This is a game I never got a chance to play. Hopefully today we'll be trying it out. This one looks to be in a little bit better shape than the others. Can't lie, they were all in pretty bad shape. But I got a soft spot for games like that. Kind of the ones that nobody wants. This one might just be cleaning. It looks pretty good. If I remember right, Dirt Track FX was one of the final, it was one of the last Super Nintendo titles, I think. But it was pretty packed with technology for the time. This was when they started doing the 32 meg around the time. I think like, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Like I don't know my Nintendo history too hard. I'm simply going by my encounters as a kid, but if I remember right, they started, I think one of the first 32 meg games was Donkey Kong Country. All of us old school guys know about the bit wars. You know, 16-bit was better than the 8-bit. 32-bit was better than the 16-bit. And let's be honest, none of us knew what the hell a bit was. We didn't know it had anything to do with data transfer, or graphics. We just knew a bigger number meant a better system. Okay. See if that did anything. I am pretty curious of what this game even, I'm not sure if I remember what it even looks like. Hey. Oh, why pass up the chance? Wow. Hog, huh? Really doesn't look bad for a Super Nintendo game, huh? This was the, used the FX chip that Star Fox had used. I think Star Fox was the first game to use the FX chip. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I don't think there was a lot of games that actually utilized that FX chip. But I gotta admit, for a Super Nintendo game, that's pretty impressive. Now, I'm not big on the polygon graphics. Like, if we're talking 32 meg, I'm more, give me Donkey Kong Country. Okay, we got two more. We got Star Wars, and we got Batman. Let's go with Batman. We'll save Star Wars and the Contra game for the Game Boy for last, because I kind of have a feeling that there's some issues going on with the Contra game. Well, I know there is. If I remember right, the seller said something about that they had attempted to reflow it, the chips, I think. So we're definitely going to have to get that one under the microscope and take a look and see what they did. You know, I've had the opportunity to play Batman Forever on a few different systems, and I heard a lot of bad reviews. Even now, some of the retro guys, they'll review it, and and basically they call it a rushed title. It's got kind of a Mortal Kombat type scheme to it, which honestly, I thought the game was pretty cool. Uh, I've enjoyed it on just about every platform I tried it on, but you know, everybody has that game. There's always somebody out there that likes the game. Let's give it a try. Hey, personally, I always like the look of the digitized graphics. Love the uppercut. And honestly, it having, it having that whole Mortal Kombat feel. Me personally, I just kind of felt like I already knew how to play the game. Okay, last Super Nintendo game. Out of all of these games, I think this one is probably in the best condition overall. As far as like labels and, well, maybe not on the back, but front label inside. But the pins look absolutely filthy. Ha! Started to worry for a minute. Thought we might have one that the cleaning didn't work on. Now, I remember this game. It was like ridiculously hard. So that's all the Super Nintendo games. Now it's time to take a look at the Game Boy game as soon as we get this put back together. And here's the Game Boy game. Okay, so I already know, because the seller told me that he attempted to reflow. I'm not absolutely certain what all he tried to do, and it's definitely grimy. Can sort of maybe tell it's been reflowed. I guess that's not factory. That could be a problem. Let's check it out. Yeah, I don't think there's any continuity there. Over here. All right. Nothing here. All right. Let's figure out where that via goes. Under the chip. All right. Let's take this guy off. I think I see it already. Yeah. So between here and here. Where does that go? Down here. Oh yeah, straight to the cart. Well, probably be why the reflow didn't work. All right. Let's see if we have continuity on this side. Let's pop that chip back on. I think we're ready to stick it in a case and see if it works. Okay, so obviously I don't have a Contra case, but I do have an empty Pokemon Blue case, which will work fine for what we're wanting. You know, before I do that, add a little deoxit. And the test, got us a DNG. What do you think, guys? Is it gonna work? And is it Contra? Uh-oh. is indeed Operation C. Wow. Check, it is a Contra. How cool is that? I wonder if I could like find like a knockoff Contra that's got like a good case and label on it and put the board inside of it. You know, like one of those AliExpress deals. Huh. Cool. Satisfied with that. So we got through those pretty quick today. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the next one.